Hello guys, this is Chaotic Videos here, and today we're going to be reviewing the cybernetic ninja of Overwatch, Genji, also Hanzo's brother. In this video I'm going to be giving you a few tips and tricks of my own gaming style and my own preference of how I play Genji, so keep in mind it might not be the same as yours. What I see Genji is not a DPS, not a tank. Pretty much he is a flanker. His job is similar to tracers. Get behind the enemies, take them out one by one, prioritizing the healers, then the squishy characters, and a bastion or two. His job is mainly to waste the enemy's time, as you can say, because you're going to be pretty much doing that the whole time. You're going to waste their time, so all of them are focused on you while you're hopping from building to building. So they waste their time not going to the payload or going to the objective trying to capture it, which is the main point of Overwatch so far. Like I said, you do need to flank, so a priority is going to be learning the maps, guys. You need to know where those health packs are, you need to know where those flanking routes are, those routes that only certain people can go through, such as Genji with his mobility, to get behind the enemies and take out those healers, which everyone despises if you're on the opposite team. Another good thing is his swift strike, which I'm going to go more detail right now. It is his shift ability, on my key bindings at least, and it's going to close the gap between you and your enemies, or pretty much you can use it to run away in case of emergencies. What I really like to use is shurikens, which is his damage ability. Then when the enemies go down to about 2 health bars, I go in and finish it with a swift strike. Swift strike normally has, I believe, a 7-second cooldown, but if you land the final killing blow with it, it resets the cooldown instantly, which is something I love and I use to my advantage, as you can see in this video here. Going on to the second point is going to be Genji's priority targets, guys. These are Genji's enemies that he can easily take care of, and I'm going to also mention some he shouldn't. One of Genji's priority targets is, of course, going to be all of the supports. Every single support you see, you're going to pretty much want to go for them because they're the backbone of any team, pretty much, that and a tank. Then you're going to go for the squishier snipers. Also, any snipers are pretty squishy, so you can easily take them out. To really focus with Genji, you have to go to the back lines, behind the enemies. Don't go for the tanks, guys. Those tanks can easily survive your attacks, and a lot of times will just destroy you in general. So try to save those tanks for last, or just ignore them if possible, unless they're trying to capture, of course. Another thing is, don't fight any enemies when they have a support on them. So let's say if you're fighting let's say McCree, which you can handle a pretty decent amount of times. But if he has a support, don't even bother, guys. That support will heal him fast enough where you will not be able to do any damage. So just prioritize that support and go for him. What I really like to do is I wait for all the enemies to come out. I'll be probably on the side or somewhere behind them where they cannot see me, and then I'm gonna go ahead, go behind them and pick off the weakest character first. That is most likely a support or whatnot, but usually they're gonna be the last character to come out. Always attack that last character, because if you attack, let's say, the second or third one, that means you have 2 or 3 more noticing you and they're gonna go right for you. So what you want to do is be a ninja, be hidden, guys. Attack. If they notice you, fall back. Go attack again. You know, just be a distraction. Nobody likes a Genji, mainly because everyone hates dealing with them if they're a good Genji. One thing to keep in mind though is Genji's don'ts. Don't fight a Mei. Don't fight a Symmetra. Don't fight a Winston. Mainly because Mei has her freezing ability, which you cannot reflect back, which I'll get into later depth in that. Symmetra has her orb ability and her laser, which you can also not deflect back. And Winston also has his laser, which he can also deflect back, and he's pretty tanky. What I really like to do is save them for last, let my teammates take some damage, or do some damage, and finish them off. But let us go into our third point, guys. His combos. Genji has wonderful, wonderful combos, and you have to master them, guys. Don't treat Genji like a DPS character or any other character you would believe. Even Tracer overpowers Genji a lot of times, guys. Genji's shurikens only do 28 damage, and he shoots 3 of them. So if you use your left click, it'll shoot 3 of them in a single file line, and that equals up only to a 84 damage burst, which is not that much, guys. You're pretty much gonna have to land 3 or 4 of those to kill a normal enemy, and to go for a tank is just, yeah, that's just crazy, guys. Luckily though, it fires 3 rounds per second, so it's not that long on the reloading speed. His right click though, it fires the same amount of shurikens in a fan motion, horizontal wise, and that fires twice as fast. Keep in mind though, you have to hit all 3 to really get in that damage, so you better hope you're fighting something big or fighting a group of enemies. Out to his next step is going to be DPS. Don't over DPS somebody, guys. If you see somebody at full health, it's McCree or something, don't just try to over DPS him by tagging him while you're getting attacked. Most likely you're gonna die, because any character can pretty much out DPS you. Surprisingly, even a Mercy a lot of times. What's cool though is his reflect ability, as you saw me using here multiple times. His reflect ability lets him reflect any type of projectile going towards you. Reflect it right back at him, such as McCree's stun grenade, McCree's ulti, Bastion's turret mode, and whatnot, because that is what a ninja's meant for. Reflecting the damage right back at him and looking cool. That's why I say Bastion is very, very unlucky if there's a Genji in front of him. Most likely he will die. Another thing is, don't spam your stars, guys. Try to aim them. Don't just waste them. I spam them sometimes, but a lot of times I just mainly aim. I don't just shoot all over the place just hoping I get a kill. I aim them a bit, get the crosshair either towards the middle of the body or towards the head, which of course is not always easy. But just keep in mind, you do need some accuracy with Genji, because you're going to be flying from building to building majority of the time, or just in midair like a badass. Also, in the combos, what I really like to use is melee also. For a good combo, I'd say use a fan, then try to go in with one shuriken burst, try to get those hits, then go for a melee right after that, and then a swift strike. The melee is actually cancelled by the swift strike, so you can pretty much do him instantaneously. So that right there is a good amount of damage. That's at least 100 damage right there just with the melee and the swift strike. A good thing is though, you have to get familiar with the attack range of your melee, which I believe is only 5 meters, give or take. So you really have to be up close to the enemies to actually do any good damage. For the deflect ability, a lot of people don't actually use it to its full potential. A lot of people use it to survive. To me, that's not a good idea, guys. Use your deflect on a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1 dueling. I like to use that because it reflects anything back at the enemy, and it's not just the enemy that is shooting you, guys. That applies to any enemy that is shooting you. You can reflect it back at somebody else. Let's get on to the next point. Ultimate is priority for Genji. His ultimate is the Dragon Blade, which you just saw me use right there. It whips out your blade, gives you a cool green dragon around your body, increases your mobility just a slight, not too much, and you do 120 damage per melee strike, guys. 120. It lasts for 8 seconds, so you can at least take out, I want to say, 4 enemies, 4 normal health enemies by that time, which is pretty much almost all the team except for like 2. And you really want to use that to your advantage, guys. And cool thing is, you can still use deflect and swift strike while you are in ultimate mode. I believe that is all right now, guys. Let's see. Let us go with the timing. You're gonna have to get timing right if you're gonna try to get behind the enemies. Go for them when they are distracted, not when they are just all bundled up and no teammates are by them. You want the teammates to be attacking them. They're distracted, they're focused in on them and not on you. So you can just go ahead and destroy them. Well, that's all, guys. That's going to be all the tips and tricks in this video. I'm glad you watched. If you have any other tips and tricks you feel I missed, just feel free to leave it in the comments. I'll probably put a caption in there. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you next time.